Hey everybody, we are here with Brent Robertson and we wanted to just chat a little bit about the Connext Exchange and the new series that he has launched called Into the Unknown. If you're not familiar with Connext, this is a group of people who gather every Thursday having conversations that prioritize humanity, purpose, and generosity. And it's a wonderful community, and it's an open community that everyone can be part of. And it ties back to the Create What's Needed online forum, which was started by Brent and his colleagues at Fathom. So here we are circling back with Brent, who's joining us at the Connext Exchange again with this new series called Into the Unknown that we just launched on Thursday. So hey there, Brent, how was Thursday for you?
It was extraordinary. What impressed me so much was how it seemed thirsty. There were like 35 or so folks on that session just to dive into the conversation. And as the topic is into the unknown, who could have known that there would be such an appetite to step into a conversation which can be unusual and certainly uncomfortable, because all the things we tend to count on and rely on, like the things we know and have experienced, they don't apply when we step past those things. And people hung in there. It was awesome.
Yeah. What was it in you that wanted to offer this series, an 8-part series called Into the Unknown? Suggests mystery and exploration, but what was it in you that prompted bringing that forward?
So there's it's a book title. A lot of progress is made on it, but this concept, like, how do we close the gap between where we stand and what we've been called for? And in that space is this really unique territory that we can become practiced in being able to navigate. And that field, I describe it as the space beyond what we know. When we step into the unknowing, where everything is new and unformed and infinite and everything's possible, what the heck do we do in that space? Because we can't know what we're doing, or else we're not in that space. We need to rely on other things. And the series is set up so that we can be practicing these ideas together, that we can be stepping through that threshold as a conscious choice over the course of this 8-part series to start to build, or I would say rebuild, our musculature around our innate ability to step into the mystery of the world and to create things there.
Yeah. You know, what was really interesting was how the discussion evolved around the pitfalls of knowing and the benefits of knowing, and then the fear and freedom of the unknown. Was anything surprising to you that came up in that conversation?
What was so cool is the position that I am taking in this is everyone's experience when we step through that door is going to be completely different. And what already started to happen, I mean, all we did Thursday was sort of introduce a concept that there is a door and we can walk through it, and there's reason maybe to do so. Where people took it almost immediately, like, blew my mind. In fact, we're gonna make a T-shirt out of one of those ideas, because one of the ideas that came out was, how can you fail when you don't know what you're doing? If there's no context in which, because failure can only be in judgment against something else. Well, if there's nothing there to judge against, then there's no such thing as the ability to judge anything. Failure doesn't apply. How cool! Like, someone like, what? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest barrier for people exploring the unknown? We talked in the conversation about this push-pull energy. Either something pushes you through the door or pulls you through the door. Can you share a little more about that?
I think it has to do with we have been societally conditioned to bias toward staying in, celebrating, rewarding, acknowledging, promoting people that know. And so we really love to know, and we love to talk about what we know, and we love to build jobs around what we know. But if that's the only place we spend any time, then it takes away the infinite side of it, which is all the things that we don't know, and the mysteries that lie in that place. So it isn't, I think it's just that we have hyper developed abilities in the field of the knowing. And we've let, maybe since age 4, when we get sorted in school between artists and non-artists, we have atrophied our innate ability to be really successful in that field beyond the knowing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to come to this thing, because that's the whole point. Like, the only way to understand that field of the unknowing is to experience it. It cannot be taught. No words are able to even get near what it's like to be in that space. And we all know it because we've been there. We might not know we've been there. And this is a chance to build an understanding and a vocabulary to be able to move in and out of that space readily, and to even shape environments that favor that conversation, and even a business case for why bother, like why go in it, why go through that door, what's there anyway. Magic is there.
Yeah, magic is right. So knowing that we are comfortable in knowing, what would you want people to know about the next 7 sessions in this series?
It doesn't matter if you come to one, come to all. Every single one of these 8 episodes is going to be an experiment to see what happens when together we simply walk through the threshold and we share what we see and are experiencing. That's it.
Awesome. So there's your invitation. And the next Into the Unknown conversation is on Thursday, March 18th. And of course, Connext meets every Thursday at 11:30 to 12:30 live on Zoom. And you can find us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and LinkedIn and wherever you're watching us right now. So we hope to see you for a future session.